Have you ever deeply observed a child, a small child? Have you ever looked into their eyes, the innocence? They are looking at you without any filters. The child does not judge you how you are dressed up, what kind of hairstyle you have. Do you have enough hair? What color they are? A baby does not judge the mother that she is black, she is white. Has she straightened her hair? Has she brushed her teeth? The baby does not do that. That is pure innocence, without filter, without a center, without a judgment. You give anything to the baby, they eat it. It's cold, they never say it is cold. They never complain it is not salty enough. They never complain it is 2 days old, 1 day old. They never complain that this is not in a silver spoon, it is in a wooden spoon. You give them whatever and they eat it. You put them in a coat, they are okay. They might cry for a little bit, but that's all they do. You give them some toys. They never say there is no brand on this toy. This is a second-hand toy. I want a new toy. Why are you giving me second-hand toy? And they never say all of this. They will be going in any pram that you give them. They never say the wheels need to be fashionable. They never say that what people are going to look at me if I am not in a branded wheels, branded pram. There is nothing like that in the kids. What a innocence, what a beauty it is, you don't realize. They have the godlike quality where there is equality, there is no differences, there is no you, there is no judgment. They don't have any religions. They don't say, I am this, I believe in this God, and I don't believe in your God. They don't do any of that. They don't know that innocence, how beautiful it is. And only when that innocence gets corrupted, you can return to that innocence. Because only when there is a comparison, the innocence shines. Without the comparison, you don't even know what innocence is. Just like you cannot make sense of day without night. You cannot see the light without dark. You cannot experience silence without the sound. You cannot experience wetness if you don't know what is dry. See, everything goes together. And the same way, what is corrupted in your mind, once that is seen, you can return to that innocence, and in that innocence lies that only when you return, you can know. See, when I was a child, I spent my most of life, childhood, growing life in boarding school. And most of the time I was outside the class. Because in the morning, 5 o'clock, they wake me up. I want to sleep, they wake me up, go, run. Before running, they told me that you have to make your bed, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do that. My eyes are half closed and I am making bed. And if I don't make bed, if I don't get up, I get the beating. So I said no. I start hiding under the bed. They catch me and then I get beating. So I ran some days I went to gym and I slept there. Some way I find that they are running and I will find a place and rest there. But then someone else will come, they will pick me up and then say that you were not participating in PT. They used to call PT. Physical training, maybe that's what it means. So by the time you come back, you have to have a shower. There is cold shower, sometime hot. There is one shower and there is 30 kids, all naked. Underwear, no underwear, you just having a shower. Then after shower, get dressed. Then they check your shoes. You're polish, no polish, no polish, you go back again. Since the eyes are open, to the time you pick up this bag which is so heavy, that is why I did not want you to do this personal training or physical training, because I'm tired of picking up that bag. It is so full. I already do that workout. And I've told my teacher so many times why I need to bring this bag to school. You only teaching some things, but I got this whole bag. By the time from the hostel, I go to the classroom, my back muscles are aching. My legs are not really in good condition. And when I ask the question, you get out. So I stand outside. No chair. They don't give me chair. And what kind of school is it that you don't even give a chair to a student? You kick them out, at least give me a chair. No chair. So I tell the principal that I am outside, my legs are tired, I need a chair. They tell me that you watch your mouth. I had no idea that why they are speaking to me like this. I am very confused at that moment in time that I am asking the simplest questions and you are answering me very differently. So I was sick of carrying that bag, and then you have to carry it back after school. You carry it back half an hour, then another personal training. In the morning, personal training. In the afternoon, personal training. I am there to from 5 o'clock to the very 10 o'clock. What I am doing? The school was 6 days, even Saturday. There is no break. And Sunday, when you get the break, there is different stories. You get prepared for the next 6 days again. Your shoes, your socks, your ironing, your clothes. There is no rest. Even small kids, when it was making sense, there was little kids that I was also watching, that they're also treating the same way. What kind of school it is? What kind of education you give that I cannot ask a simple question, I cannot rest, I cannot get ready in my own time. 9 o'clock the school starts. I can be there at 9 or 8, 8:30, and then we can really study. I am tired by the time first period starts, and then I'm sleeping. I put my head on, and then here comes the choke on my head. Get up. I get up. Yes, what did I say? I don't know. Outside. I went there to fill the gaps, to be busy from the day to the night. It does not end there. While I was growing up, I fell in love with this girl. Now I know that was not love, but I am using the language so you understand. She loved me and I loved her back in that sense, the innocent sense. I don't know what is happening to my body. The hands are reaching places that I have never discovered, and no one told me why. Because sex is a sin. Sex is something to hide. I have never been educated about sex in my life. So I was dumped in a boarding school, have no idea about what sex is, why my body is feeling this way, why all of a sudden I want to kiss everything that I see. No education. So she felt probably the same way. So I was coming from the mess and she grabbed me and she kissed and I kissed her back. That was my first kiss and I really enjoyed it and I kept kissing her the way I knew. It was not a proper kiss. Whatever I knew kissing was, it was kissing. Just kissing, then stopping, kissing, then stopping. I did not know what I was doing, but it was very enjoyable. Then there was a person that looks after like a teacher. He grabbed me and slapped me on the face. And there was lady with him. She grabbed that girl and took it to the hostel because it was separate. She was mad at her and then he slapped me. And I said to the teacher that I know what you do in the evening in that room, that lady, that teacher, that warden that comes in the room every night, I know exactly what you do. And he started bashing. I have stitches, just 2 stitches here, because he punched my face and my teeth went through my lips here. What kind of education you are giving to the kids? That you are allowed to have sex with wardens, but when a little child, no idea why he's doing it, not even doing a sex, just a kissing, and you bash the kid, and the child is trying to tell you, you do it, why I can't do it? There is no decency in the school, in education system, to sit down with you, explain you that this is why it is happening. So I was always out. I was always rebellious because I did not understand that I am asking the simplest question to these teachers, to these so-called, the only ones that are there. No parents are there. There is no one that asks. Even parents don't listen. They don't talk about anything. I went to a friend's place. They had 2 kids. It was a sleepover kind of thing. I was smart enough to sense everything. They were waiting to put their kids in my room so they can sleep, so they can get busy having sex, but they were not open enough to speak about that to their kids. So their kids started doing things behind their back and they got punished. They got taken out from that school. There is so many stories that I can keep telling you in my experience that I will need a lot of memory to record, and I am running out of memories these days. The reason why I'm sharing this with you, that you can relate your experience with maybe this experience, that kids have no idea about anything. They are learning from you. Their body is changing. They have no prior education about sex, about why they are feeling this way. Instead of hiding everything, you start teaching them, talking to them, start telling them about diseases, about protection, about early children that get delivered. You start talking about all these things, protection, so they can avoid all these issues. They don't have children at early age that they are not even ready to look after themselves, let alone the child that they are going to receive, because they had no idea that they could do enjoy with protection. They can use some sort of protection and still express how they want to express. You underestimate their innocence. They are purity. If you sit closely with a small child, it is more important to spending your month in a temple. It is more than listening to your gurus, your wise men that you see as dressed up. If you just observe a child, just stay with a child, play with a child, just be as a child. It is far more wisdomful than listening to those wisdom words, those temples that you go to, those churches that you go to. You don't understand that there is understanding missing in that childhood. There is no understanding in the childhood. There is no judgment in the child. There is no Christianity in the child. There is no religions in the child. There is no Hinduism in the child. That is missing, and that is the purity. That is divinity in itself. That is divine itself. That is why in some places they worship children, especially in India. Little females get worshipped. I don't know the name of the festival, but that's how it started. To acknowledge the innocence, the unjealousy. There is no friction, there is no judgment, purity. They still sit. You even worship them and they enjoying that worship. What a beautiful. They don't even say, don't worship me. They just sit there. That innocence. You are treating them like God and they are becoming God in front of you, and you don't even know that that is the reality. The innocence is what you are missing.